Take a look at this photo carefully. The year is 1986. The spaceship named Challenger had exploded in the sky 74 seconds after launching, and all the seven astronauts you see in the photo had died. In the years that the incident happened, the entire world, especially the United States press, had mourned for weeks for the astronauts who were trained very difficultly and lost their lives openly because of the bad result of such a big scientific study. Iran, Russia, Arab countries, and European countries had conveyed their condolences and said that they wish such a bad event would not happen again. Were these astronauts really dead? The complex fact revealed exactly 30 years later, thanks to the attention of several researchers. Now, look at the photo again. Challenger pilot Michael Smith. He didn't even need to change his name. He appeared 30 years later. He is also a professor at a university in America. All he does is to keep quiet against claims and reactions. He doesn't give anyone an answer. Next one is Krista McAuliffe, the logistics specialist of the Challenger spacecraft. Although her main profession was teaching, she was accepted as an astronaut by NASA with her outstanding achievements. She also appeared unexpectedly 30 years later. She is currently a law professor. Even her name hasn't changed. She is silent against claims and questions. Richard Scobie, supervisor of the spacecraft Challenger. He is currently the CEO of a large company in America. It is known that he threatened a journalist when asked that he had the same name and appearance as Richard Scobie, who died in the explosion of the Challenger spaceship, for no reason. Amazing facts are not over yet. Judith Resnick, mission specialist on the spaceship. She didn't need to change his name too. She is currently a law professor at Yale University. Ronald McNair, he was also a specialist on the spacecraft. He answered to questions, saying that he was the twin of the person in the spacecraft. Ellison Onizuka, surprisingly the same answer came from him. He claims that this person was his twin brother. All of these names we mentioned appear suddenly after 30 years. Scary and surprising. While the world thinks that these people had died with the explosion of the Challenger spaceship, isn't it strange that they appeared in large positions as if nothing happened 30 years later? Why? This question is asked by many people. Why may US authorized have deceived the world with the lie that spacecraft had exploded and seven astronauts had died? There is no answer. The only fact is the people with the same name and appearance as the astronauts who suddenly appeared and was thought to have died. But researchers have several claims. Now, we will examine one by one. First of the claims is so. Astronauts in the Challenger spacecraft were used for a secret experiment. This could be the reason why they were hidden for 30 years and appeared suddenly. What was meant as a secret experiment could have been done for astronauts for 30 years to settle on a planet for research in somewhere in space that's unknown. It is known that humanity currently walked only on the moon's surface. Perhaps NASA may have spread the lie that the space shuttle exploded and the astronauts died in order to ensure that these people didn't be wondered for 30 years as making experiments in different distances of the space. Yes, is a strong possibility. A perfect understandable explanation for astronauts to be thought to have died over the years after 30 years. According to another claim, these seven astronauts had seen a fact they should not have seen. Could this fact be a secret that was hidden from us that NASA contacted the aliens? Perhaps these seven astronauts were the first NASA employees to contact with extraterrestrials, and they were on another planet for 30 years. Another claim is making people terrified. The theory is based on what a NASA officer had said in 1986. We are telling you exactly what the NASA employee has said. Launching had occurred after the astronauts checked that the system in the spacecraft works best. It was not an ordinary day for us. I remember that FBI agents came to check on launch for the first time. This was a situation we had not experienced before, but we didn't care. Launching had occurred after the countdown. After the first minute, we started to hear strange noises from the spacecraft. Sounds were like conversations in a language that we couldn't make sense. I just remember one of the astronauts was saying we are going. A few seconds later the explosion occurred and the spacecraft exploded. We couldn't reach the body of an astronaut. This event remained a big secret for us, even for NASA employees. The claim is scary. Could it really be that NASA astronauts had been taken away by aliens contacted because of being in the wrong place at the wrong time and sent back again 30 years later? No answer. Another theory seems simpler and more understandable. In fact, the spacecraft was empty. There was neither an astronaut nor any living creature in it. American officials, who needed to hide that no one was sent to space after the explosion, had hidden astronauts from society for years. It's quite understandable. But the revealing of the astronauts at high positions in 30 years later falsifies this claim. Because why should people who are hidden so long be put in front of the society and make America a liar? We are not claiming that humanity is not going into space. Many products in today's technology, especially the internet, have been gained to humanity with NASA space studies, is an undeniable fact. It's not just America. Many countries such as Russia, China, India are also making big investments and establishing their own space bases and taking big steps for the future. But another fact is that many things are hidden from us. As ordinary individuals, as 8 billion people living on our planet, we have no idea what is going on around us. What we know and do is not to go beyond thinking about researchers' inconsistencies. A former CIA official said that America is such a country that even the American presidents do not know what lies deeply. We eat and drink, and we complete our life after an average life. Someone we don't know is shaping our life that we live. It is almost impossible to find opportunities to think, to research, to change things. Shortly, we are no more effective than an ant on our planet. Yes, it is still alright to ask questions and get the answers. Michael Smith, Krista McAuliffe, Richard Scobie, Judith Resnick, Ronald McNair, and Ellison Onizuka, who were said to be in the Challenger spacecraft, reappeared 30 years later. We are waiting for the answer to this.